Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing today, boys? How's everybody going? How are we all doing today? Welcome back to the B Right Show, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all are doing very well this summer, and I hope you're staying very not too hot. Is what I'm trying to get at, man. Everybody, I want you. Okay, I've been trying to get this guy for a long time. Everybody, please welcome Lil Yurei. Round of applause, boys. He's finally here.
What's up, guys?
How you been, guy? I've been trying to get a hold of you for what, almost a year and a half, I believe.
Yeah, it's been some time. I moved away for a little bit, so I was like, man, I'm back. I definitely want to be on the show.
Did you? Dude, I saw you the very first time. Let me see. What was it? Almighty Sai. He threw a. Was it that day? I can't remember. I either saw you at that show, or I saw you at a. I don't know where I saw you. I saw you somewhere. And then after that, I was like, I like this guy. I want to meet this guy. I want him on my show. And then I talked. Like a couple weeks went by, and I talked to Radic, and I was all like, "Hey, how can I get a hold of that Lil Yuir guy?" And he's all like, "Oh, he moved. He moved to Colorado." I was like, "Dang it, man!"
Yep.
And I was like, "Dang!" I was all sad. And then flash forward like a month or a year or whatever. I think I saw you, and I was like, "Is that the guy?" But I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? I never met you.
Yeah.
And then you did it before me. I'm Lil Yuri, and I was like, "Oh, that is him." You know what I mean? And then finally got a touch with you. And I've seen you before, guy. I've actually liked your music for a while. You know what I mean? I've actually seen your performance. It's so different from what uh, normal music is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So but it's actually really good. It's kind of why I liked your style. You know what I mean? But what would you describe your kind of music? You know what I mean?
It's kind of hard to like box it in that area. So my general rule of thumb is if you mix different genres, then you can kind of create a new genre. So essentially, I kind of tapping into the hyperpop thing for this particular project that I'm doing, because I've done a lot of different music projects, but I like sticking to like the hyperpop because to me it sounds like video game sounds. Like it's kind of like rap meets like video games in a way.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to, I know everyone wants to be unique and have their own thing, but I like video game sounds, and I like good 808s. Like I like the rap, like the deeper, darker melodies, but I also kind of like that fun, like glitchy game kind of music.
Yeah. What growing up, dude? What kind of games did you play growing up? Video games?
Well, when I was a kid, I played Pokemon Leaf Green on the Game Boy.
Okay. I was gold. I was heart gold.
Nice. Heart Gold, Soul Silver.
Yep.
But yeah, I clocked in like 500 hours on Leaf Green, and there was nothing for me to do in the game, so I just ride my bike back and forth and hatch eggs and
Oh, is that what y'all did?
fight guys.
I'm trying to remember. You could hatch eggs on that game?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah, you just rode around.
I thought you meant like, okay, there was back at the time there was like a Pokemon Let's Go, I think it was called, and then you connect it to your DS. This was Heart Gold though.
Okay.
And then you connected. This was way before Pokemon Go. You put it in your little keychain, and then you would actually walk back and forth and hatch eggs like that.
Really?
Or not hatch eggs. Level up your Pokemon like that, and then you put them back in the DS or SP, whatever at the time, and then you can just play your game like normal. You know
That's
what I mean?
crazy.
And then, but yeah, what you're saying when you said eggs, I'm like, oh wait, eggs, as in just playing on the game, riding the bike all over town just to hatch eggs.
Yeah, no, I'd just be riding my bike back and forth, like find a good straight path and just back and forth and hatch eggs and hope, you never knew what you were gonna get.
Yeah, because at the time those games were brand new, so you didn't know what you're gonna get. You're trying to fill out that Pokédex, and you're like, "What is this? Oh, what is it?"
Yeah, like is there like a baby version of like Pikachu, and then you get a Pichu, and it's like, oh, that's cool. I had a level 100 Pichu. That guy I would never let him evolve. He's just a little guy.
Wow, I didn't know you can do that. I thought they had to at that time, right?
You could cancel it. So if you press B, you can cancel it. So they'll just stay a little guy the whole time.
Okay, and then is that kind of where your music kind of started off from, like kind of like those little beats? Because I remember, dude, back then those kind of games, that kind of music, even outside of me not playing it, I can still hear it in my head.
Yeah.
So is that kind of where your like inspiration kind of came from when it comes to
I
that kind of
I
music?
guess it could have came from that, yeah, because I really like the 8-bit stuff. I really like the melodies, like Super Mario,
Mm.
stuff like that. They have like really cool. Just it's usually just a loop or 8-bit, but
Yeah.
I guess that could be like a source of kind of where that came from.
Okay. Did you and then after that, I mean, that was the music, right? And then as you get older, what kind of games did you play growing old, getting older? You know what I mean?
Getting older,
Is
I
that
started getting into. I had a Nintendo 64. I played Star Fox
Oh
and
yeah.
Mortal Kombat,
Oh yeah.
like the OG Mortal
Yeah, yeah.
Kombat. And then eventually I got a GameCube and I had Need for Speed Most Wanted,
Okay.
but I didn't have a memory card.
Oh
So
man.
I couldn't turn it off. And I told my dad for like 2 weeks, I'm like, I need a memory card or else I can't save. And he was like, we'll get you one. And I would get so far and then eventually you'd
Mm-hmm.
have to
Break.
power it off and that
Yeah.
was it. But it went from GameCube to Xbox, like
Mm.
the original Xbox.
Oh wow.
So you had like Jet Set Radio Future. um, there's a lot of classics on the original Xbox, a lot of classics.
Mm-hmm.
But I used to like pack mine up in a backpack and go to my friend's house and be
Oh
like, hey
okay. So
man,
you
got
did
my
that. You
Xbox.
did that too.
Yeah.
The LAN parties and all that stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, eventually, then you get to the 360 era where it's like Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was on Call of Duty. And then Fable 2. Played a lot of Fable 2. Um, and that's when I discovered Guitar Hero, Warriors of Rock.
Dang, dude.
And so they had a little music generator on there. You'd make music. Like you
Really?
could actually make your own little songs to play along to.
Oh, I didn't really consider that. I didn't even remember that actually. I
It
remember.
was it was FL Studio before I ever had FL Studio. So I'd
Wow.
go in there and I'd map all the drums and I'd map all the guitar, and just note by note you just write a song. And my thing was I would try to make songs that are like almost impossible to beat,
Mm-hmm.
or if anyone could beat them, only I could beat them.
Mm-hmm.
So all my friends would try to play these songs I made on Guitar Hero, and they could never beat them because I would make them so insane and just where I could barely pass them. It would just be it was bizarre. It was really silly.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And I bring that up because I saw you like on your Instagram. You bring up Kingdom Hearts a lot, and I'm like,
Yeah, yeah, I
so
love Kingdom
so
Hearts.
that's why I was all like, this guy, we have a connection.
Yeah,
I love that game. I love that game. I see it on your Instagram. I'm like, oh, this is a Kingdom Hearts fan. I'm trying to work with a couple of my artists. If you can see right here, dude, I started a little business called the Infinite Creations. You can grab one if you want. They're real fragile though. Just don't scratch them. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying. I'm making those. You know what I mean? What I do is I hire artists and then I send them. I purchase their art and I'll be like, hey, can you send me that? Or I'll purchase it from you and then I resell them. I turn them into metal. That's what I do.
is that metal? That's
Well, that
crazy.
one's a cheap metal. It's aluminum, but I'm switching over to like the advanced metal. And there's that. That was one of them. I'm gonna do a Kingdom Hearts one here in the future though. That's why I was all like, oh, Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah,
I have a Zelda one. If you look on your right, I mean your left. See, look at those over there.
I know I've seen the Zelda. Yeah,
Yeah. So I had requested that one.
the Triforce.
Yeah. If you want to show the camera right there. Yeah, that's what I made right there. It's pretty cool. Huh?
Yeah,
That
that's
was
really
that
cool.
one's from one of my business partners. Her name was Carletta, I think. Carlette. She made that one for me. I said, hey, this is a try because this is girl like she's not from here, but I was all like, hey, you heard of this game called Zelda? And she's all like, no. I was like, are you serious? Like,
How
no.
have you not heard of
I
Zelda?
know. I was like, you've never heard of the Legend of Zelda? Like, no. So I had to like kind of show her screenshots of this is the game, this is the Triforce, this is the hero, this is the princess, this is the bad guy, and so I had to like, okay, here is the Triforce. Go ahead and make what you can of it, and then just make the Triforce, but make your own version of it. And she did that, which I was like, okay, this is a little bit more accurate. With you ever played Zelda Breath of the Wild and all that?
Yeah,
Okay, so it reminded me of that. The background did mixed with the Triforce, so it just kind of like made sense in a way. And then I made another one. You know what? Oh man, I wanted to show you. I don't have it on me. I'll do that break. But yeah, man, you're welcome to take one of these if you want, man. These are displays later on if you're interested.
okay.
I meant the Galaxy. I like all those. Yeah, they're all cool, man. That's just my little business I'm trying to start up. But Kingdom Hearts is like, cause I remember seeing your Instagram and I was all like, dude, Kingdom Hearts. I need to make one. Just like I need to make something fan made,
Yeah.
and that just kind of got to my head because I love those games, dog. I played every single one of them, except for the DS ones.
Yeah,
I
the DS
hated
ones were
those.
kind
I
of
hated those.
wonky.
And then they revamped them to PlayStation 2, and it was awful. I didn't like it. Birth by Sleep was what it's called.
Yeah.
You ever played that at all?
I haven't played any Birth by Sleep. I've heard of it a little
You
bit.
can skip it. You can literally just play the cutscenes, and you'll be fine. You'll keep up with the story. But I love it because I played the first one, and I just replayed it and I replayed it. I love the music in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Utada
1 and 2, the music
Utada Hikaru.
amazing.
Yeah.
Even three was really good. We had to wait a long time for it, but
Oh,
three was really good.
So I played that for many years, and I mean, I haven't. I told myself I'm done with video games or the PlayStation, but if they release a new Kingdom Hearts, then I have no choice but to buy the new console and then play that. You know what I mean?
Well,
That's just,
they have the final mix on PC now.
oh, do they?
Yes,
Oh wow.
it has every game on it, and I guess they went through and redid all the graphics and.
And then I know the PlayStation 5 has it all too. My nephew told me all of it.
Does it have the final mix? Well, it makes sense because Kingdom Hearts is PlayStation.
Yeah. So I wouldn't mind revisiting that. It's just buying a PlayStation 5, man. I don't know. I feel like I'm a little late to the party. Unless I don't know. It's just for me, guy, it's like if I want to purchase something big like that, I prefer to, okay, now that how I am now, because I used to be just a nerd, video games. But
Yeah,
now that I'm older, it's not that I don't like video games anymore. It's just that, like, nowadays, if I'm going to make a big purchase, I want to make an investment out of it. So I'd rather buy something big that I know that's going to make money back. So if I were to buy a PlayStation 5, if I want to make money off that, I would have to start streaming. You know what I'm saying?
yes.
So that's kind of when I was all like, I don't know. I do have the streaming. I mean, you see what you see this here. I can make it happen, but I don't know, man. It's kind of
It's hard to get into streaming too. It's really hard. You got to find your niche and like your platform, and a lot of people are like use Twitch, but I like using YouTube. And I mean, Twitch is cool, but I was always like, well, my audience is on YouTube, so why am I gonna try to translate that? But I mean, some people really enjoy streaming, and a cool thing that people don't consider about streaming is like you got your homies online, your people that you play with. Well, when you jump on a stream, it doesn't have to be for views or for money or whatever you're going for. It can literally just send out a notification to their phone like, hey, Lil Yuri's playing Call of Duty right now. And so a lot of the times when I was streaming, I would go live and I would have people like jump online. They'd be like, hey, man, I saw your stream. Let's play. And I'm like, yeah, let's play, dude.
Yeah, I've made some friends on Twitch. Well, I used to back when I was into that all the time. Yeah, you make some good people out there.
Yeah.
I like it, man. It's fun. It's one of those things where I was like, should I? Because I'm already doing this, and I already have the sublimation, what you see, metal prints. So I'm already doing that, and then add stream on top of that, which I can. But I don't know, man. It's one of those where I got to make a decision.
Mixed feelings.
Yeah, because again, it's more about growth and trying to make an income and make a lot like a, something out of it instead of just buying it. And I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I look into it more of an investment nowadays. You know what I mean? So if I want to buy something, I kind of want a return on it. You know what I mean? That's just my personal opinion. But
have you ever played Overwatch?
No, I haven't. I mean, I did, but I didn't like it. I played the beta version, that's why. But what about it though?
So I invested like somewhere around 1,000 hours into Overwatch over the course of like a year. It was just like nonstop every day after work. I was playing video games, and I had to make it like I was truly addicted to that game. Like I lived in that game. Wow. And I had to make a decision. I was like either I'm gonna try to be a streamer, play video games, or I'm gonna make music. Because all that time, like it logs your time. It tells you how long you've been playing. And so, like 1,000 hours inside of a video game, like imagine if I had put that into my music. And I just kept thinking like, this is so dumb. Like I'm so addicted to like, we won, and like I wasn't getting anything out of it.
So I feel you on that one. I'm just saying, it's a debate. You know what I'm saying? For me, Dude, but going on, dude, I just wanted to ask you. So, Little Yuri, where did that come from?
Okay, so the Lil part is just ironic or just for giggles or whatever, Lil Yuri. But the Yuri's Japanese folklore.
Oh, okay.
So a Yuri is a spirit that is stuck on Earth because it has unsettled business, and it's unable to basically it's kind of like stuck in between, like it can't pass over to the afterlife because it has something unsettled here.
Oh, that's the Yuri. That's the Yuri
That's
part.
the Yurei or what,
Yuri.
however you pronounce it. It's Japanese folklore.
So, is your name Little Yuri or is it Little Yuri?
Lil Yurei, I guess is how you would
Oh,
pronounce it. I mean,
oh, okay.
I say Yuri, Lil Yuri, but
That's cool meaning though. I never knew that, to be honest. So
yeah,
it's based off something.
yeah.
Like,
I was looking into Japanese folklore, and the Yuri kind of stood out to me because it's like you're like stuck, but because you have unfinished business, and
okay.
that's kind of like my thing with music because I've been in bands and um, like I feel like I still have something to offer, like I still have a message to send, and it's not quite time for me to like depart from this. Like I still have a message to send.
Okay. And what was the like what was the rap or the rapper or whatever? What was the thing that was like, you know what, I want to get into rapping? You know what I'm saying? What was it that was like, this is it right here?
Mm,
Was there an artist out there like just, hey, you know, I love it, I want to start doing this? You know what I mean?
it a lot of it's outside influence. So when you go from metal to rap,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the people in the metal community kind of like they have a sour taste in their mouth about rap music or about those genres mixing.
Yeah.
But originally, me and my buddy, we were in a fairly successful metal band. It was like prog rock, deathcore,
The name? What was the name?
Ambrosia Scheme.
Ambitious Scheme. Okay.
Yeah, it was called Ambrosia Scheme.
This was
And
local here. This was local.
yeah, we half of us were here and half of us were in Pampa.
Oh, okay.
So we would drive to Pampa and we would do shows in Lubbock and here and Pampa. Whatever we did. Well, that might have been in a previous project, but we did shows in Oklahoma,
Wow.
and it was me and the lead vocalist. We always stayed in bands together. His name was Chris Lane. He goes by Sadzilla now.
Okay.
But yeah, essentially, he started going viral, and the whole band thing just it wasn't very fruitful. It was hard to get everyone together, and he decided he was like, I'm gonna do this solo thing. It's essentially gonna be like rap meets metal,
Okay.
and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And he was like, so what are you gonna do? Are you gonna stay in this band? He didn't care. He was just like, are you gonna stay in the band we made, or are you gonna try to see what this like solo stuff is all about? I was like, I want to see what the solo stuff's all about. But I was playing guitar at the time. I wasn't really doing vocals. So he would lay down some 808s and some beats and melodies, and I would just get my guitar and kind of shred. And then eventually he's like, well, you have these tracks, now put vocals on them. I'm like, okay. So we started doing vocals, and his solo project started, I won't say taking off, but there were like dedicated people, like me included. I was like, man, this is really good. Like this is like I think you could make this into a living. I think this is really special. And he was like, thanks. And he's like, let's do stuff for you. So it was like a constant like back and forth thing. We were always trying to build each other up, and we were living in a little house. I mean, just a little tiny house, and our studio was in the living room, and we just we kind of we realized that rap was the thing. It was just kind of where music was headed, and metal was cool. We loved metal, but what rap was the thing that was like really blowing up. So we kind of just had to transition into it, and it took time. But we wanted to do metal, but yeah, it was rap was the popular thing.
What kind of bands were you? What kind of bands were you into at that time? The metal.
As far as metal goes, it's a little bit of everything. I mean, I like the heavier stuff. I like the softer rock.
Ba-
A lot of it was like Rings of Saturn and just like the real crazy technical, just really fast stuff. That was always my thing. I always liked really fast.
Okay, I'm just trying to. What kind of bands though? Can you give me?
So
I wonder if
let's
I wonder if we're in the same like category. Like, do you like what I like? You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So there's like you got like Chelsea Grin,
Yeah.
and trying to think of what else was Knocked Loose.
That's a good one. Yeah.
So we actually performed with Knocked Loose.
Really?
We
Have they been around that time? Wait, how long have you been in that band for? That metal band? How long was it? Was it recent or was it like years
It
ago?
was years ago. It was years ago.
Dang, they've been around that long. Knocked
Yeah,
loose.
we played with Knocked Loose before they like when they had first dropped their EP,
Mm-hmm.
like that first little EP. They weren't big yet
Mm-hmm.
or anything. They played in Amarillo,
Really? Wow.
and I think we were the ones that booked them here, and yeah, they became really big
Yeah.
after that show. There wasn't much talking to those guys after that, but it was
Wow.
cool.
Yeah. So you're into that kind of music. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool, dude. I didn't know that. I didn't even know any of that. But it's interesting how I know a lot of people that went from like the metal scene just to rap, which is cool. I mean, so as long as it works. You know what I mean?
It depends. It depends on like what you're going for, and if you're having fun.
So now, when you're in the studio, bro, how does the writing process work out for you? You know what I mean? What do you normally do? So whenever I meet other artists, usually they're walking around and they see something and then they write it down,
Yeah.
or they just hear something and they kind of like, this reminds me of this. I'm gonna write. What is your process? How does that work when you start writing?
So my process is usually it's either a matter of productivity or just creativity. So if I'm trying to be productive and I'm like really trying to get something done, I just think concepts, hooks, like the what's the catchy part of the song that's gonna like captivate the listeners. That like 10-second snippet. And so I really think like what's the hook here? What's the hook here? And it'll just I'll try to think of the most catchy thing productivity wise. Um, and then I build around that idea. So it can be Space Invaders or it can be, Pokemon or whatever idea. I have to find that basic concept and then I build around that.
Okay.
As far as lyrics go, I feel like it's just like something that kind of just it bleeds out of me. I pour it out as raw and as with as much emotion as I can.
Oh, okay. And dude, so now you already put all your music together and all that, right? So what was your like? Okay, your first performance since you've already done the metal one. What was your first performance as Lil Yuri? How'd that go? And what was it at? Do you remember?
Oh man, I can't even remember the first show I did as Lil Yuri. I've done so many shows
And this was all here, or was it everywhere?
everywhere. Yeah,
Really?
a lot of traveling. We've done a lot of local stuff, but man, I can't even remember the first Lil Yuri show because I think for the first year I didn't even perform. I was purely just in the studio,
Uh,
and I was really trying to build that online thing up,
uh,
and it was like a straight year of like every day I was making a song, making a song, making a song. I'd make a couple songs a week, and then I'd narrow it down, and it'd be one good song for Friday.
mm,
So every Friday there would always be a good song coming out.
mm,
I would make multiple throughout the week, but I would have to narrow it down to that one. So every Friday for a year straight, I dropped a song, and it was all about building that online audience and kind of digging into Spotify's algorithm. And I figured once I built an online audience, then I could start going live. Whereas if you just you want to go live, it's you don't have anyone listening.
mm.
So it's like, who really cares about what you're doing? And I didn't have a whole lot of songs, so it was building a catalog for that first year, really.
Wow. Okay. That's cool, man. And then that's kind of like, Yuri. I'm trying to get what I'm trying to get at is like I didn't know you performed at all. Like I didn't know you performed outside of Amarillo. I just thought you were like local here and
Yeah.
there. You know what I mean?
So when I moved to Colorado, I was really trying to tap into that Denver scene. Like I was really trying to network. I was trying to find the bigger artists up there. Hyperpop is a lot more relevant in in like the Denver area, whereas
Really?
Amarillo, I don't really know anyone else who does hyperpop, or like there's plenty of people who do rap, but The Denver scene's really grungy and it's really cool, and I met a lot of cool people up there.
Wow. Oh, you moved out there, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Who'd you live with? By yourself, or you just had a
It was me and my ex.
Oh, okay. You don't gotta explain that.
Yeah.
I already know how that, you know. But then you moved back, right? And then
Yeah, then I moved back
Oh,
and
okay.
you know.
So, but you couldn't make anything out there. You couldn't. You didn't meet any friends. I mean, you couldn't get the music for yourself going out there. Is that what happened?
So, well, I mean, I did amazing things while I was down there. I collaborated with some really big artists, and it was just the live thing. There would be like, you know, there's this artist in Denver, and I could never get a hold of the right promoter. I could never get a hold of this artist, or they wanted me to pay for slots, and or my schedule wouldn't line up with it. I met a lot of really cool people, like really good friends, but not people that are like trying to do what I'm trying to do. They were just like, we make similar kind of music, but uh, it's just they're like not necessarily on the same mission, I guess.
Okay. Okay. And so that's kind of when you're like, oh, this isn't gonna work out, kind of deal.
Well, we can be friends, like
But like, but
100%.
the music scene, like it wasn't really working out. Like, oh man, this isn't working out for me, kind of deal.
It
Up there.
it was hit or miss. It was
Mm.
really hit or miss because like you know, trying to make it up there, there's like a lot of drugs and a lot of just like, you know, you pull up to these venues and they're just really run down, and you walk in and you know, people, it's like you got a guy that's just like basically like doing whatever in the corner, and it got really dark, and I realized I'm in a bigger city now. Things are a lot more dangerous, and I need to be careful where I go and who I hang around
Okay.
because it can get really dark quick.
Yeah. And then you moved back, huh? And then
Then
here
I
you
moved
are.
back and it's all normal here.
It's on normal here, yeah. Because it's not. It's a red state, I guess. But Denver's a. What, weed's legal there or something like that?
Yeah,
Yeah. So.
yeah, weed's legal in all of Colorado.
Yeah. So you're just there. Everyone's like,
Yeah, everyone's like, ooh, pretty.
wow. Well, I've been to Colorado. It's really green. I like it out there. I've just never been to Denver. I
Yeah,
wouldn't mind going to Denver. I just, I don't have a reason to go, but I would like to go. You know what I'm saying?
it's cool. It's a good place to check out, especially like to walk around or skateboard or whatever. It's cool to just like walk around downtown Denver and be like, this is kind of different.
You're like,
Oh yeah, no, you smell that all the time. It's
really?
ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I thought it was just, at certain places. I didn't know it was everywhere.
Dude, it's crazy. You're an outsider if you don't smoke up there, which, you know, I kind of try to slow down. Like, I'm not smoking right now, but when I was up there, man, my boss was smoking, my coworkers were smoking.
Wow.
It was like out of every 10 people, you'd have that one person that doesn't smoke, and you're just kind of like,
Hey.
you good, man?
Oh, is it oh man. I slipped out of my head. I was gonna ask something about. Oh no. What I was gonna tell you is one time I went to Florida, and it's not like legal like how, I mean, it is legal, but not like how it is in Colorado. But I remember one time I went to a festival and I just smelled weed everywhere. Like as soon as I passed through those gates, just weed. And I was like, golly, you know what I mean? It's everywhere. And then next, the smell went away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt a little different after that. You know what I mean? I felt, I was like, I feel kind of relaxed now.
Yeah. Get a little second hand.
But it's cool. I mean, weed ain't bad. I remember growing up, it was like, weed is the devil and all this stuff. But once I got introduced to it, I was like, oh, this is what it is. But I never got into it, though. I never really got into it. So, like, if I go to Colorado, I only use, like, weed, marijuana. I only use it for, like, sleep reasons. That's it.
Yeah.
I've only done that just like, I feel like going to sleep. Hey, can we hang out? That's kind of when I use it, but nothing out of the like, all the time. I had friends over the years. I was like, yeah, 24/7, wait till I die.
Yeah.
And then over time, they're like, yeah, bro, it's not the same. I gotta slow down. But I don't know. It's kind of, I'm iffy with weed sometimes. You know what I mean? I'm for it, but then I'm not for it. So I don't know.
It just depends on your lifestyle, and it's so easy to get lost in that.
Is it really?
And dude, I think I was spending anywhere from like $150 to $200 every week, every 2 weeks.
Wow, that's a lot, huh?
Yeah.
Is it a lot?
that's a big expense when you cut that out. You're like, all right, I'm doing pretty good. I have extra money. I don't know what I'm gonna spend it on, but I got a little extra money now.
Dude, hey, when you performed, is there one performance that just sticks to your head? Like, I will never forget this day. Have you ever had that yet?
Oh yeah, I've
And
had tons.
is there one that you remember that like this is my favorite show, either in the like metal or what you do now? Is there one where you're just like, I will never forget this day?
There was one I did in Lubbock
Oh,
at a Jake's bar.
oh
And
really? Oh
yeah,
wow! I didn't know that.
shout out Jason. He put me on. He's said he owed me a favor because I performed during COVID.
Hmm.
I showed up and performed.
During COVID?
Yeah, during
Oh
COVID.
wow! So that's pretty.
Whereas a lot of artists didn't want to do shows during COVID. They were, everyone was scared.
Yeah.
But he's like, I owe you one, and he had put me on a few different shows, but he put me on this one show, and it was a bunch of locals. I can't remember who was headlining. I know he put me on Dropout Kings, um, but I don't know if that was this show or not. I just remember it was at Jake's bar, and man, I was the opener.
Mhm.
So, I get on stage, I do my thing. It was like great crowd. It's, bigger venue. So it felt nice. It just felt nice to have like people like actually there, like a good amount of people. But I was hyping the other bands up so much. And I was jumping in the pits. I was starting the mosh pits.
Nice.
And I was running on stage, and I would jump off the stage, and so
Wow.
the stage was like,
So there was a lot of people out there.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Lubbock has a fairly
Well,
decent
keep in mind
metal
this was
scene.
this was COVID, wasn't it?
This was a little bit after COVID.
Oh, okay, okay.
A little bit after COVID, so people were ready to come out.
Oh my
This
god.
was him like he was like, hey, I owe you for performing during COVID, so he started putting me on bigger shows after COVID,
Oh, okay.
or when people were things were lightening up a bit. But I remember I was jumping off the stage. I was in the pit a lot, and I had this dude. He just laid me out, and I like kind of fractured my wrist. Like I messed myself up pretty bad.
Were you in the pit or something?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. He kind of like blindsided me, which has happened a lot
Uh-huh.
in the pits. But yeah, like I just remember, dude, I was so messed up after that show from jumping off the stage, and the security's like, you can't do that, and Jason was like, nah, man, he's with me, he's good. So I was just, dude, I was catching some air, and then, like I said, I got laid out, and I like messed my wrist up pretty
During your
bad.
performance with the mic on and everything?
No, this was after.
Oh,
I had opened, and then I was hyping the other bands up, and they
Nice.
were like, "Yo, dude, you're crazy! Like you're." They were so happy for me like hyping up their sets
Yeah.
that they were all coming to my merch table and buying my merch.
Nice.
They were like, "Dude, you're so good at hyping us up. Thank you so much." And I had shirts and stickers, and I didn't have any merch left after that night. I sold,
Wow.
but I didn't sell the merch through my own performance. I sold the merch through supporting the other acts.
Hmm. That's good, man, and that's how it should be. And that's how you make connections and stuff like that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
And then after that was the one that you'll never forget. And this was
that's one of the ones I'll never forget. Yeah,
because I remember like during COVID, like no one wanted to go out. I remember that. But as soon as hey, we're slowly opening, people just slam those places. I remember that. So I can kind of picture that. Jake's Sports Bar, right? That one where
yeah.
they have the most. Yeah. So yeah, I can definitely see that one. Guys, we're gonna go to break and then I'll thank our sponsors. This video. Okay, what were we talking about? Oh, COVID, right? Or the music scene?
Essentially, COVID and shows, and yeah,
Oh, okay. So, is there one that you can remember that you're like, this is something that I don't want to do it again? You know what I mean?
ever again.
Yeah, is there a performance you're just like, dude, I'm never doing this again, or I'm never coming to this venue again, or I'm not gonna work with these guys again? And you don't have to say their names. I'm just saying, is there a venue that you remember that you're like, this is probably one of the worst ones?
Oh, tons.
Oh, you
Yeah,
have tons, man.
tons.
So y'all guys have, well, guys like you had, like this. Because usually the artists I bring on, they don't really have a lot of shows. They do. You've done a lot though.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's probably like a few hundred. It's crazy.
Are you getting paid for these shows?
Some of them,
Okay.
yeah, some of them I do, and some of them I enjoy performing.
I
So
just want to say something about that. A lot of you guys are so talented that, in my personal opinion, because I've seen a lot of you guys, DJs, comedians, rappers, musicians, I get really annoyed when a lot of you guys are getting paid. You're working for free, and
Yeah.
that really gets me mad when someone tells me that. So like, there've been times, especially here, where it's like, yo, I'm doing this set, and I'm just like, dude, you crushed it, dude. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna get, hopefully you get a little check. And he's like, oh no, I'm not getting nothing for this. And that gets me mad because I'm like, whoa, you've been doing this for 2, 3 years. What do you mean you're not getting nothing?
Yeah,
And
all the time you spend in the studio, all
yeah,
the energy you put into recording, all the money you put into, making these songs happen, and then you got to show up and play
yeah,
for free. It's
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 just
kind of insulting.
I'm getting really tired of hearing that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it when people tell me, especially like, talented people like you. I get really annoyed when people are like, "Oh, I'm not getting paid for this," and I'm just like, "Dude, you should be." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like in my, like, even a couple 30, $40, 50. It doesn't have to be a lot of money, but you're getting something.
anything.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Now I could understand if you just started out. You're like, "Oh, this is my second show, first, second show." I can see it, and I can see you doing that. This is my first DJ set. I've never done it before. You know what I mean? Okay, you're getting for free, but you're not going to be doing that forever. You know what I mean? And I get really tired of people telling me that because it's like, you're so good at what you do. You deserve some form of compensation. You put all this work and effort into this song or this set, or you're a comedian. You wrote it down and it's super funny. You know what I mean? I get really annoyed when people tell me that they're not getting compensated for that, and I'm really getting tired of it. And we got to put an end to that. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to. I just ran about that because I hate when they tell me that. Oh
no,
no.
it really bothers me, and a lot of venues are pay to play.
Mm-hmm.
So, say bigger artist is coming through town, they want you to pay for slots.
Yeah. Oh.
And essentially, like, you can kind of make it back on ticket sales.
Yeah.
Like, if you sell 10 tickets, then you made your money back.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the times it's pay to play.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to get on these bigger shows, then you're actually paying out of pocket.
So how much would that be? You know what I'm saying? How much would that pay to play be? You know what I mean?
I've seen them be anywhere from like $200 to $300 for
Really?
like the bigger
The
shows
bigger
that
shows.
we were trying to get on.
Mm.
And it depends though, because you can make it back on ticket sales,
Mm-hmm.
but it's kind of hard to sell tickets when you're performing in a town that you don't live in.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know anyone.
Yeah. Unless you put your music out there. I can get it. I can get it from that set. I just don't like it when people tell me, especially local bands and artists and comedians and DJs, that tell me I don't get paid. Like, I don't get paid at all. You know what I mean? I get real mad with that. You know what I mean?
You got to know how to talk to people, and you got to know how to work it like a business, because like a lot of 90% of the shows that I'm not running or I'm not a big part of, I don't get paid for.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if I'm running door or I'm the one who put the event together, I'm making sure there's a cover charge, and I'm making sure that whatever we make that night gets split between the bands, the artists, the bands, or whoever helped make it happen. Sometimes there's like promoters or people that help me out, that help make the show happen. So I just, everything, but it's that door money. That's the problem. You can't always keep up with that door money. And as I was actually one of my really close friends, I was talking to him about it, because they do some pretty big shows here locally, and I'm like, hey man, where's your cut? Like, how are you getting anything out of this? And he's like, no. And I'm like, I see the numbers. They're selling tickets like $30 a ticket, $20 a ticket, and they're selling 50, 60, anywhere up to 100 of these tickets, and Buddy's not getting any cut. And I'm like, you're helping set up speakers, you're doing your set, you're tearing down, you're staying to the very end, and it's just that door money. Whoever is in charge of that door money, like, it's kind of on them what they're gonna do with that, and a lot of them just pocket it.
Yeah, and I'm just tired of that. I'm really sick and tired of that. I'm just a rant. I know I've met a lot of you guys. I met all these performers, DJs, comedians. We need to put an end to that. You know what I mean? No more working for free unless it's a voluntary thing. Like, hey, can you volunteer if that's cool with you? You know what I mean? And you're like, yeah, I'm down for that. I like you. Stuff like that I get. But doing it for free, I'm just getting tired of. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no one, especially on this show that come on here. I don't want nobody working for free. You know what I mean? Especially when they profit out of you, you should at least be getting something. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't like it when people tell me that. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm not getting nothing from this show. I'm like, what do you mean? I I just want to go up to the person and be like, bro, you better pay this fool. I mean, we're not doing that no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got to put an end to that. That's just something. That's just a rant that's just been on my mind for so long, and I don't want to hear it no more. You know what I mean? I'm not getting.
It's a harsh reality as a musician,
Yeah.
and the more dedicated you become to your craft, the more like you have to be really smart with your money, because you're not going to always make money on the music, and you're trying, you're just like, man, something's going to happen, like, so I'm going to get a paid gig or something, but you're just waiting, and sometimes it never comes.
Yeah. I'm just saying, and especially you guys, just make sure you're getting something. $20, $10, something. You know what I mean? Something. But I just no more. Especially for all of y'all, man. None of that of free shows. You know what I mean? Especially if you've been doing this for many years. Whoever you are, if you've been doing this for so long, get something out of it. Don't be working for free. You know what I mean? Unless you're okay with voluntary work. But man, no one's working for free, especially under me. Oh no. Anyways, yeah, like if I had like a little venue, if I had a venue of my own, I would, bug people for here. This is how much let's meet in the middle. You know what I mean? No,
Yeah.
like, I don't have, I don't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? If I could, I would, but like if I had my own venue, I would do something with it. Like, hey, bro, can you perform for me? This is how much we charge. Oh, Brian, that's not gonna work out. It's all good, bro. Or I don't know. It's just something. I just
Well, you just charge at the door, and then whatever door costs. Usually, when you're performing at bars, that's the most fruitful thing, because the bars keep the drinks that they sell,
Mhm.
and you keep the door.
Oh, is that what
So
they do? Oh,
whoever
that's
walks in the door,
mm.
that's the money to be split between the bands, and then the bars keep what they sell on drinks. Bars are happy because you brought all these people there
Yeah.
to buy drinks, and then bands are happy because you got that initial money at the door, and everyone's getting paid.
So what's another way that they pay? What's the other way? You said the door. Is there another way that they do it when it
Mm,
comes to that?
if you have a following, then you can just have an upfront price. I've heard people, especially acoustic artists,
Mm-hmm.
they're like, yeah, $100 a night, $150 a night. In my sets, I have an hour and a half worth of music, or 2 hours, 3 hours worth of music, however long. But that's usually in bars, and it's
Oh.
negotiated with the owner. Like, this is how much material I have. This is how much I charge. Would you like me to perform here?
Oh, that's what people do, huh? They call the venue. Is that what they normally do?
It's better face to face. It
Really?
really is better face to face, because you can call venues all day long and they're not going to take you serious.
Oh, okay. I mean, they've told me that. I just never really knew about that. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah,
just
it's a
never.
grind. It's a hustle. You got to really work
Yeah.
to get on shows and to get paid gigs.
Yeah. Okay. My bad. I was on a random. What were we talking about now? What were we talking about? I don't remember.
Uh,
And I interrupted you, and I just about the money. I just get annoyed with that now.
no, man,
Oh,
it's a problem. It's seriously a problem. Like, I've had to work really hard to not just make sure I'm being compensated for my time, but to make sure other artists are.
yeah,
Because I'm like, man, you guys work hard. Like,
yeah,
let's get y'all paid. And
yeah. Especially if I see like a big old crowd, it's like, man, y'all should be getting good.
something should be happening out of
You know
this.
what I mean? But that's just like I said. I mean, something to me, something, not just zero. It should be something, in my opinion.
Not just exposure. That's the thing that venues think that makes it right, is you're getting exposure, and it's like, exposure doesn't pay the bills.
Yeah.
Not all the time. I mean, unless you're really working on it, but even then,
Yeah.
it's still, it's hit or miss.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, this is exposure. You know what I'm saying? That's what I
Yeah.
like doing here. But what was I gonna say? Oh, let's move to this one. So, like, have you ever had any performance problem, like performing problems on stage? You ever had that yet?
Technical difficulties.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. You learn. You got to practice, and you got to have the bad shows in order to have good shows. And I've had terrible sound before.
Really?
Like, they just put you on speakers that are no good, or basically non-existent speakers. They're like, here's your setup, and it's like, what is this? But yeah, I've had bad sound. I've had feedback. So you learn where to hold the mic and not to get too close to speakers, because if not, you're gonna get feedback. Um, so, like, certain crowds, it just being around certain crowds, just even having the wrong crowd at a show, that can kind of ruin the whole vibe.
Yeah,
Um,
that's right. Huh?
yeah, So there's a lot of variables. There's a lot more that can go wrong than could go right.
Would your music be considered rap in the rap category ish?
Yeah, it definitely it groups into that. I try to adjust my sets based on like where I'm performing. So if I'm performing at a coffee house, I do like indie softer stuff. If I'm doing a rap show, then I do like my more melodic rap uh, things in that genre. And then if like there's like a metal show, I bust out some of the metal stuff, some of the heavier songs. So it's a guy told me a long time ago, he was like, as an artist, you have to be able to adjust your set list to where you're at.
Okay. I was just gonna ask. It's because I had brought up rap to somebody, and apparently, so is it kind of hard booking shows for you with rap? With you being in the rap category, is it kind of hard to book some here?
It can be. I mean, it's all the same. It's just you play at the same venues and you've played at that venue 10 different times. And for me, it's just like trying to space it out to where it's like you're not doing too many shows and you're always trying to mix it up. And it's not a matter of getting booked. Um, Getting booked is relatively easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just getting booked like in places that are going to be worth it.
Oh, okay. It's because like I was told that booking rappers and is kind of hard here. Is what I was told from Almighty side. It's a
Yeah,
little bit harder, so I just wasn't sure if that was the same issue with you. You know what I'm saying?
it just depends. It depends because like they do a lot of DIY, and so it's like I guess it's easier to build your own show and obviously more fruitful because you can control like the funds or the sound or you can make sure things go the way you want it to. But as far as getting like booked at different venues, like they definitely can be hard to talk to sometimes. Even the nicer people, it's like what do you have to bring of value? Like what are you bringing to the table? What kind of crowd are you bringing in? That's like I have so many friends, and they're like, "Man, I'm having trouble getting booked," and I'm like, "Well, what are we bringing to the table? Are we bringing business? Are we bringing anything positive? Like having good music is obviously the most important part, but actually having the mindset to where you're like, I'm gonna have at least 10 people there for my set, at least 10 people. And it's not hard because everyone has family and friends and like how many my dad has been to almost every single one of my shows. And
Nice.
that's another head. My brother, like the people closest to me, I'm like, hey, like I need y'all there because it's better to have someone there than no one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like these people they do shows and then they have no one show up, and I've been there before. That's why I know not to do that. But yeah, for like businesses, I feel like it's important to really really drive a crowd. Just take your promo game very seriously. Like book a month ahead of time, make flyers, make at least 100 200 flyers, like hand them, don't just hand them to people and hey, come to my show. Like actually have a conversation, be like, hey dude, like what kind of music do you listen to? Try to find like somewhere where you can have a conversation, like some common ground. You're like, well, I'm throwing a show over here and you like this kind of music and there will be this something that you might like there. um, and so it's just it is hard to get booked, but once you do have that opportunity to get booked, because I believe everyone will have that chance, it's really important to make it count. Because you're like, how many shows are you realistically going to do a year? Or even just, are you going to do one every weekend? Probably not in your hometown. You're going to get pretty burnt out. So for me, it's like I do a few shows a year, so I really got to make those count. And I have a list of people that I text. Like I have their personal phone numbers, people that I've met at shows where they're like, "Hey, tell me when the next show is," or just somewhere in conversation they were like, "Let me know when the next one of these happens." So I go through my list and I text everyone. I text like 30, 40 people, and I'm like, "All right, cool, got that." covered. And then I go through the Instagram and I'm like, I message everyone on Instagram and I let them know. I try to send them a personalized message like, hey, what's going on, dude? How are you doing? You know, it was good seeing you at the last show. It'd be cool if you showed up to this one, or you know, sometimes it'll just be anything to make it personal and not just come to my show, where you're making it about you. Like you have to have a little bit of compassion and see it from other people's perspectives.
Okay. Hey, dude. So moving forward, man, what's the future for you? Like, man, what do you see yourself doing next after this?
After
Like, as you're still doing this, what do you kind of want to do after this? Like, are you gonna try to make it a little bigger? Or are you gonna try to open a studio? What do you kind of see yourself doing in the next couple years?
It's kind of hard to say right now because when I first started Lil Yurei, my goal was like, if I can get 1,000 streams a day, that's my goal. And so I'm, you know, now that I'm at that point where I get 1,000 streams a day, I'm just like, how is that even possible? Like I worked really hard to get to this point, but I feel really lucky. And so I guess the next step would be like 5,000 streams a day.
Wow.
And to get where it's like, ultimately I would like to have 100,000 monthly listeners. That's been a goal of mine from day one, and I haven't really surpassed 25, 30,000. But yeah, 100,000 monthly listeners, 5,000 streams a day, monetize like on YouTube. Like I want to hit that 1,000 subscribers and actually have a decent channel where I can monetize on YouTube. Most of it's just online. I mean, live is fun, but that's all it really is just fun. There's money to be made on live shows, but if I focus on the money, then it's not really fun for me anymore.
Yeah.
So like, I'm trying to see how big I can scale it to business wise, while still keeping it like my original sound, what I enjoy doing, not selling out, not trying to, you know, do what's popular right now, like just have fun but also take the marketing side of it and scale it as big as I possibly can.
Okay. Well, anyways, guys, where can you sorry, we're gonna wrap things up. Where can we find you at, man?
You can find me on all platforms. Lil Yurei, Yurei. And yeah, I'm everywhere. Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, Instagram.
Okay. All right, man. Links in the description down below, ladies and gentlemen. And guy, I really appreciate you being on here, man.
Man, thank you for having me.
It's been a long time coming. I mean, just like, I can't wait to get him on. You know what I mean? You moved. Oh, man. And he's back. Sweet. Anyways, guys, and go ahead, bro. Pick your little pick something and take something home.
I like the Zelda one. I'm not gonna lie. I really like the Zelda one.
You like that one? Show it. Look at that, Carl. You like that one? Yeah. And then also, you can take another one, guy. You're good. Take one more. You can take the sky, or you can take the flowers if you want to. I
feel bad.
No, go ahead and take it. I have a bunch. That's why I'm like, I need to get rid of some. I need to donate some of them. You know what I mean? And you do whatever you want with them. You can hang them on your wall, or you can just kind of get a little frame. You know what I mean?
I like this cat.
You like that cat? She just sent it to me yesterday actually. I just made it last night.
No, it's cool.
Yeah, show it to the camera. Yeah, y'all guys, welcome to follow me, man, on B-Rise Infinite Creations, man. I make sublimational metal, kind of like t-shirts, but I put it on metal. And then I support a lot of international artists, man. So I don't know if y'all guys want to check that out one day. Anyways, everybody, I want to thank you all so much for being on here. I mean, and Yuri, thank you for coming on, man. You have a show coming up here pretty soon?
Thank you. Yeah, August 9th, Music Box. We're doing a fundraiser show.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I was invited to that, and I should be able to be there. I should be able to be at that show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have a good one, man. Take it easy, boys. Lil Yurei. Peace out.